This is how every woman will hear you, and this is how every man that's not brainwashed by this red pill dog stuff will hear you. I want a nice Latino woman, so I'm gonna go to South America. Bro, there's probably more Latinos in the United States than in fucking Mexico. How is that any different from women going to places like Miami to get the rich guy? Who do you think you're watching? Somebody made a post on my separate last night where it's like, Destiny's criticizing all these people for getting Eastern European women, but didn't he marry somebody from Sweden? Firstly, you've never in your life, hold on. I'm trying to think of how mean do I want to be versus how much do I need to be educational. Let's take a moment here to sift through our feelings. Let's take a drink of Red Bull. When people talk about going overseas to find women, they never say, I want to go to France. I want to go to Germany. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to even fucking Greece. I want to go to Sweden, Norway, the UK. I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Denmark. I want to go to Iceland. They don't say that, right? They talk about the Balkans, sometimes the Baltics, and then the Eastern European area near like Romania, Poland, Ukraine. That's what they're talking about. Or they say South America. The reason why they say that is because they want to go to countries where the women are relatively poor and you are like their meal ticket to a different life. Right? Not Amsterdam, I'm sorry, the Netherlands. Fuck that dog shit ass fucking country, okay? That's what people are talking about. Or they'll go to South America, or they'll go to Southeast Asia. It's white guys generally, or foreigners, I'll say more broadly, but generally it's white guys that are generally older, looking to buy wives, okay, that are younger than them. That's 95% of the time. That's what people are talking about. I don't know if Redpillers are trying to rewrite this autistic shit. We're like, well, actually, I'm going over and looking for doctors and lawyers. No, you're not, you dumb motherfucker. You're looking for a poor brown woman that's probably gonna see you as her only fucking means of escaping whatever shitty life she's living, depending on how poor the city you're in is. That's what these people are talking about 95% of the time. I don't know why, like last night, and I can't tell some of you in chat or on the server, I'm not sure if people are trying to like rewrite that stereotype, but like walk outside of these really weird fucking red pill spaces where honestly your whole worldview doesn't map onto any part of reality and go talk to anybody else in the world. Go ask some dudes in fucking London what the old white guys are that go to Eastern Europe and bring back wives. Ask people in America that travel to fucking Thailand or fucking, other places in Southeast Asia that bring back wives. Go talk to people that go to fucking poorer parts of fucking Brazil and shit and bring wives. It's not these guys that are looking for well-educated fucking married. It's guys that it's older dudes that can't get anybody here, so they go to another country and they basically abduct a woman. Sometimes they can barely fucking speak the language, okay? That's generally what we're talking about when we talk about going over to pick up fucking Slavic women, to go to Eastern Europe, to go to South America. This rewriting of history of like, oh no, they just want a more traditional, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of here. One of the things I hate the most about the red pill shit is it feels like a bunch of uneducated people that haven't traveled, that don't know any of what they're talking about, that have no relationship experience, that are just like making shit up on the fly. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. That triggers the fuck out of me. And then people comparing the fact that I married Melina from Sweden as the same as a guy going to Eastern Europe to pick up like, first of all, it's hilarious that you would ever think that somebody in Sweden, oh God, that guy in the call who was like, oh, if you go to Sweden as an American, like women will flock to you. Bullshit, what the fuck? As somebody that's been on Tinder in a lot of countries in the world, when I'm in South Korea and Taiwan, I can get a lot of women by being white. I haven't been to South America or Central America much, but I've heard there you can get a lot of women for being white. In Europe, not really. I've been on Tinder in a few of these places, and I'm just going, I guess, broadly by Tinder. Maybe the bar scene is a little bit different, but I don't think you're ever going to like fucking like Norway. I spent a lot of time walking around Stockholm talking to people and shit. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, you're an American. Oh my God, like I want to fucking so bad. You're American. It's not true. It doesn't happen as much in Western European countries because these countries are relatively wealthy. They don't see you as like a fucking ticket to escape like whatever the fuck life they think they're stuck in forever. There's a reason why people don't traffic women from fucking Oslo to fucking Germany, right? They go to fucking Romania. They go to fucking Ukraine. They go to fucking, they go to poor countries to get these women. Not to say that it never happens, but like, Jesus Christ. Along the same vein as expats going to countries to fuck these women because they're infinitely easier to fuck than their native country. Yeah. I think you missed the point. The point was that you dated a young, hot woman with no career. Melina didn't have a career yet, but she's young. She didn't have a chance to build a career yet. But you guys will take this idea that like, oh, Melina's like a normal woman that's just like hot. That's not true. Melina's one of the largest female streamers on the platform. I think she might be the largest with an independent community. She's not with OTK. She's not with whatever the fuck other organization is. She posts 5K concurrent viewers. She manages like 3 different platforms of social media, some of which before she even met me, right? She does really well on her Instagram, really well on her Twitter. She started to open TikTok. She's looking into YouTube. She does really well on her Twitch. She makes like 20 or 30,000 plus a month. The fact that people like look at Melina like, oh, that's just like a random pretty girl is not true. Like I've met and ran through so many like random pretty women. Melina is not just like a random airheaded bimbo like random woman. It's like such a huge fucking cope to say that. And, like no offense, I think I saw that on my subreddit where somebody's like, oh, like I don't even know if she's achieved anything yet. Like bro, probably by 22, Melina's done more than like 99% of the fucking retards posting on my sub. They're like, oh, Melina's just like a random fucking girl. Like it's so stupid. And then some people say like, oh, she's just hot. No offense to Melina. There's hotter women than Melina on fucking Twitch that have 200 viewers, right? And then some people are like, oh, well, it's just because Melina dated you that she's successful. Melina's community is totally independent from mine. And Adept dated XQC for how many years? And she pulls 200 concurrent viewers. Yeah, I don't know. It just, the comparisons are fucking wild. Or I can't tell if I can't tell if they're good faith comparisons or people just have no idea like what I'm even talking about. Or yeah. To be fair, Adept was getting like 1K before she started the big drama with XQC. Even if she was, considering she was dating XQC, that's not impressive. But secondly, was she? I thought Adept gets around 300 to 400 viewers. I thought the only time Adept gets 1,000 viewers is when XQC is off stream and then on her stream. Like when he's not streaming and then he's on her stream. Aren't you making the same assumption about the women these people are dating? When, just to be frank, when people say, this is how every woman will hear you, and this is how every man that's not brainwashed by this red pill dog shit stuff will hear you. When you say, I want to date an Eastern European or a South American woman because they're more traditional and because they're less combative, right? When you say that, what everybody knows you're saying is, I need a woman that's more manipulatable, that's too stupid to call me out on my fuckboy or retarded or autistic shit, and who will take care of me like a good mommy. That's what they hear you say. And maybe one that I can cheat on because she's not sophisticated enough to work a fucking cell phone. That's what everybody in the world sees you as, and that's what they know you are. The only people that don't understand this are you guys that are sucked into these autistic fucking red pill spaces who actually believe this shit. Like, imagine saying some shit like, I want a nice Latino woman, so I'm gonna go to South America. Bro, there's probably more Latinos in the United States than in fucking Mexico. What do you mean you want a nicely? Well, they're part of it's a different fucking culture. It's Mexico. It's not the fucking moon, dog. Like, what the fuck? What do you think? You go down to Mexico and they're like... Okay, I don't care. Anyway. Yeah. It's like, that's such an unfair characterization. What about dudes that are super autistic or ugly as fuck at 35-year-olds who just know they have a better chance of a seat, so they aren't going for them to manipulate, but just because it's the only option that... You're making my point for me. If you're so autistic and ugly that you have to go to other dating market, you're making my point for me. Do you understand that you're making my point for me? Redpillers normalize being a creepy sex pat for Zoomers? Yeah, seriously. God, it's so fucking weird. At least acknowledge you're being like I think at least like 10 or 20 years ago, at least like older white dudes knew they were being kind of creepy. Like I think there'd be like a little bit of shame about it. But now you guys like almost saying, oh no, I'm gonna go to Dubai to find to visa trap a good, to marry a good woman for me. Like, oh my God, it's like so cringe, dude. Holy shit. How is that any different from women going to places like Miami to get the rich guy? What who do you think you're watching? I don't understand why you guys say this. Do you think I would defend that type of woman? Do you think I'd be like, oh yeah, women should definitely all go to the place to get the richest guy? Like, do you think I would say stuff like that? I'm just curious. Like, is that your impression of me?